Hey guys, my name is Inimicus, and today you're going to be looking at a tech tree review of the Tetarch. This is a Tier 2 Soviet premium light tank. It's a great all-rounder with pretty good mobility, no armor whatsoever, and a very, very good gun for a Tier 2 tank. We'll start off with the gun. It is a 2-pounder gun. This tank was part of the Lend-Lease program with Great Britain. It has 210 hit points, which is quite low for a Tier 2. As you can see, it has no armor. It only weighs 7.5 tons, and its engine power is 180, which is, it's pretty good. The speed limit is 64 kilometers an hour, which is excellent, although for me it doesn't seem like it ever reaches that. And its traverse speed of 47 is pretty good, but to be honest, it doesn't feel that great. Looking at the gun, it fires 13.67 rounds per minute with 64 millimeters of penetration, which is ridiculous. And this tank is a great counter to the T-18 tank destroyer, because he cannot kill you unless he rolls high with his high explosive round. And you can reliably penetrate him with your AP rounds. The APCR have a ridiculous 121 millimeters of penetration, and the high explosive have a lowly 12. The average damage is 45, 45, and 60. The gun is not very accurate at 0.4, and the aiming time of 2.3 seconds is not great, but it's not bad either. It has 210 meters view range, which is pretty good for your Tier 2 tank. The chance of fire is 20%, so this tank doesn't seem to get set on fire that much. And here we can see everything else is fine. On this tank, I like to use the automatic fire extinguisher for the minus 5% chance of fire. I like to use an engine power boost. And I like to use a multi-purpose restoration pack. I've tried using extra combat rations, but I feel like having to spend that much credits per game just isn't worth it. I use coated optics on this tank, ventilation, and a gun lane drive. And I guess we'll just hop into some gameplay. So here we are, we're in a game on Halloween Rockfield, or at least the Halloween themed Rockfield. One other thing I didn't mention, this has the best gun depression of any tank, so far as I can tell, that is Soviet in Blitz. It has 10 degrees of gun depression, which is very impressive for a Soviet tank. Looks like they have a Tetarch as well. And there we go. Loading in, we're gonna go up top into a position that I usually take my high tier medium tanks into. We're going to be pushing this T1 Cunningham, whose top speed is not great, but we'll get out of his way. And looks like this Cruiser 3 might be taking our position. Nope, Cruiser 3 is going to YOLO. If you guys didn't know, this is a really good position to be in if you're in a tank that has even half decent gun depression. Tanks like the T-62A and Object 140, T-54 couldn't use this position. There's the poor accuracy, wasn't the greatest aimed of shots, however. And here you can see this tank has pretty good DPM for a Tier 2. And the penetration is perfectly ample. There we pick up our second kill. So now we're going to go down here and we see a T2 medium. Fortunately, he goes behind the rock. And he stopped, so he evaded our shell. I'm going to go up here so I get better shots. Looks like he's going to get out of our sight there, however. But we see a BT2 on low health. And this tank is quite good at assassinating.
Another one like that should finish them. They're knocked
Now we see a medium 2. And this tank has very poor armor. So as you can see, even the high explosive shells can occasionally penetrate. We're just going to try and pick up a top gun before we inevitably die, but we die. As our tanks, I guess it is a tier 2, so you're going to get some pretty bad teammates. If that Tetarch wouldn't have come after us, we would have easily killed that medium 2. And in fact, we're probably going to lose this because, well, I'm going to guess our team isn't too experienced. Yep. And that medium 2 has no clue what he's doing. This T1's gun just doesn't have the penetration. And that's the game. As you can see, we carried as well as we could there. We got 3 kills, and the T1 does get a kill. I'm telling you. This T1 is still alive, but the Tetarch should get him. Nope, he's gonna get away. Run into our LOL tractor. I'm telling you, that Snapchat. He's evidently not very experienced. And there goes the Tetarch. So that was a pretty good effort we had. Guess I'm gonna check that right now. So here's the post-game stats. 492 damage, 3 kills. 247 experience. More than 4 people on their team. Fortunately, we couldn't kill that medium 2. But that was a pretty good game, even though it was a loss. And I guess I'm going to jump right into another game. So here we are in our next game. We're playing on mines. We're going to try and take the hill here. I would say there's probably one tank that could beat us up the hill on their team. That is their BT-2. That's a very mobile tank. I'm telling you, Leah. I'm not sure what she's doing right now, but I guess it's important. So we're going to use an engine power boost because we got the worst spawn possible. So it looks like we're not going to get much support going up the hill. If you're looking to get a tier 2 tank, a premium one to make just a little bit of credits, and you're choosing between this or the T2 Lite, I have to say this is much better than the T2 Lite, because its gun is much better. However, the mobility of this tank is slightly worse. So we're gonna ask for some assistance. We're gonna wedge ourselves up here. Now we're in a very good position for this tank. Unfortunately, fortunately, this T-18 is gonna move out into the open. But unfortunately, he's going to go back into cover, right into our line of fire. And there we managed to bounce a shot. It does seem like the driver of this tank dies quite frequently. Not entirely sure what our team is doing right now. Certainly could use some help. go. We get a fire and we kill him. Now we're just gonna run from this Panzer. We kill the T-18 firing on the move. And we're just trying to get out of here. We've got 3 kills, but we're on 2 health. And I'd rather not die. Looks like this Panzer 35 is out to get us. And here we're going to pull a circle strafe and pick up our top gun. So that was an excellent game where we used all of the Tetarch's strengths. It's excellent gun. It's good mobility. We actually bounced quite a few shots. There you can see we only made 6,000 credits profit because we fired some APCR rounds. But you can see here we actually managed to take 5 shots that were without damage. And we were pretty close to a Defender medal with 63 defense points. 774 damage. Only bounced 1 shot. Missed quite a few, but oh well. Killed the entirety of the BT-2, most of the T-18, most of this Panzer 35T, not much of the T-2 medium, and quite a bit of this Panzer 2. We did get lucky with the fire at the end. You can see our ammunition and our consumable costs were pretty high, as we used our restoration kit twice. And for our double, we made a healthy amount of experience. So that was a good game, and I think that's going to be the last one for now. You've seen the strengths and the weaknesses of the Tetarch. I'm not quite sure how we managed to bounce that many shots. I guess they would be off the well-angled side or frontal armor. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you want to see more like this, subscribing would be excellent. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you, and have a nice day.